Guided exercise number 1 says estimate the area under the curve f of x equals 4 minus x squared between x equals 0 and x equals 2 using left endpoints and two rectangles of width 1. So going through our procedure, first determine delta x. So that's going to be 2 minus 0 because of the x equals 0 and x equals 2. And then over 2 because we want two rectangles. So delta x is 1, meaning the width of each rectangle is 1 unit. So here's the base of one rectangle and here's the base of the other. So write down our subintervals. Our subintervals are 0 to 0 plus delta x, so 0 to 1, and then 1 to 2. And we're supposed to use left endpoints, and so I'll mark the left endpoints in the subintervals. Those are 0 and 1. And so for that first one, and let me go ahead and use different colors for these. Let's make this one red and make this red. So the way that we use that x equals 0 that has a star underneath it is we use f of 0. So here's the point 0 comma f of 0. We use f of 0 as our height. So this point is 0 comma f of 0. And so we're using that for the height of the first rectangle, which means that we literally use that for the height when we draw this rectangle in. And then what we do with the 1 is we use f of 1 for the height of the red rectangle. So here's the point 1 comma f of 1 that I marked, and then I'm using that height of that point for the height of my red rectangle. And so what we do to get our area estimate is we calculate the areas of these two rectangles, the blue one and the red one, and we add them together. And so let's go ahead and do the red area. So the red area is 3 times 1, which is the same thing as f of 1 times 1 for this function. And then the blue area is 4 times 1, which we're getting from doing f of 0 times 1. And remember the 1 was the delta x. So this is really f of 0 times delta x. And the red is f of 1 times delta x. And so our estimated area under the curve which we write as A, is approximately equal to, so use squiggly equals, f of 0 delta x plus f of 1 delta x. And I'm writing it this way just to help you get used to seeing that notation. But what we've already worked out is that in this situation, that's 4 times 1 plus 3 times 1, which works out to be 7. So our estimated area under the curve is 7 square units. And in this example, if you look at the picture and look at the shaded area under the original curve and compare it to the red and blue stuff combined, you see that we have extra stuff in our rectangles that's not under our curve. And so what that means is this estimate, so note, technically the question doesn't ask for this, but just FYI, this estimate is an overestimate. Because we have extra stuff shaded that's not actually under the curve.